All right, I'm going to problem 2. So my denominator on problem 2 somebody want to give me a shout out? 2 times 5 is 10. 10u. So this side only has a 5u, and I need it to be 10u. So you multiply it by the 2 and 2. This side, I want to turn 2 into 10u. So you multiply by 5u. On the top, 2 times 2 is 4. The bottom is 10u. Over here, 25 VU over 10u. Denominators are now the same. There are no like terms. Sometimes there are, not today. So you just squish it all together. 4 minus 25 VU over 10u. And that's all you can do with that one. I'm going to let you try number 6 on your own. I'll work it up here as well. I guess we could put down the denominator, walk it up and show me. Somebody want to give a shout out on that thing? Yeah. It's going to be 2 times 3. Then, yeah, 6. And then it'll be the x cubed with the y. So it is x cubed y. And that's all you get. Go from there, walk it up and show me when you're done. Did you reduce? Looks good. Right there? That's not what I got. That's what I got. Step, 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 step. I got 4 steps. You did that in your head. I know most college freshmen entering IU can probably handle that. Congratulations, by the way. I saw you got accepted. All right, well. Then you can reduce it. See, so you push those together, you can divide that by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. That's what you get. Okay. Well, Good. You should have had right here 12y 10x cubed
Yeah.
over the denominator. Then you got only 12y. So then you divide the 12 by 2, divide by 2, divide the 6 by 2.
Yeah, that was the years on this.
If you're going this into a 6, you multiply by 3, 3. This you should have multiplied by 2 down here. So then you should multiply this by 2 up here. So that should have been 10 right there. That should have been 10.
Oh, to get to 6.
12y.
Okay.
That should have been 12y. This should have been 10. And that's good. And then you can divide them all by 2. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to show you all because I didn't get about 100% participation. I got about 6 kids walked up here. Check it out. Check it out. 2 times 3, I'm going to multiply this by 3 and y. 3y. See that right there? 3y. So I multiply this by 3y. 4 times 3 is 12. 12y. Now I come over here to this side, 3y. 3y. 3 times 2 is 6, so I multiply by 2. We got the y. We don't have x cubed. So that's 2x cubed. 5 times 2 is 10. X cubed. Now we can squish it all together. 12y minus 10x cubed all over 6x cubed y. Reduce. Divide all 3 of these numbers, these coefficients of 12, 10, and 6. Divide them all by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. When you do that, 12 divided by 2 is 6y. 10 divided by 2, 5x cubed. 6 divided by 2, 3x cubed y. Now, before you ask, what about those x's and y's? There will be a time when you can reduce those two. Time isn't today. In order to cancel out a y, you have to have a y here, a y here, and a y here, but we don't. There's no y right there. Cancel out the x's, you need x's here, x's here, and x's here. All 3 spots. But we don't. Back over here, we do have divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. That's why you can reduce these ones. Keep that in mind, reduce them. You have to be able to reduce them. I'll let you handle 7. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to show you how to graph. Actually, I will get you the beginnings of number 8. Okay. First of all, you notice you got a binomial here and a binomial here. Common denominator will be both of them, side by side. A plus 1, A minus 3. You don't have to FOIL it out, just put them side by side. Like that. I need to multiply this top by something. Let's go right around the room. Mr. Chris, what do you got? What am I going to multiply this numerator by up here on this side? Very good. A minus 3. You see, you did it to top and bottom. And the right side, Miss Patton, what do I multiply this 3 by? A plus 1. So on the top left, what do you get, Jessica? Right here. You're going to get 2a times a It's 2a squared. 2a times negative 3 is negative 6a. Miss Abigail, what do I get on the top right? Three times a is 3a. 3 times 1 is 3. I'm going to temporarily enclose it with some brackets. Now, I'm going to put it all over the common denominator. And you got to rewrite the numerator. That's 2a squared minus 6a minus 3a. Here's where all the mistakes are made. Many kids want to make that plus 3, but it's actually a minus 3 because this minus goes on both of them. So minus 3a minus 3. Clean it up. I don't think you can factor anything. You clean it up. Pretty easy so far, right? What do you think, Miss CCAP? Pretty easy? Porter? Alfonso? Pretty easy? Think it gets harder? Why? Because it always does. Zach, you think you're shaking your head? You think it gets harder? Did you do this in Algebra 1? Did you do algebra in Algebra 1? Well, you had to have done something in Algebra 1, right? Let's show you how to graph a couple rationals. Check out those two graphs. What's that key word, Miss Dinsmore, in that book? Notice and wonder? What do you notice? What do you? I should say notice. What do you notice about these two? Vivian? Oh, yeah, that's what you notice. Variables on bottom. Not always going to be the case, but in this case, yeah. What else? No one noticed one thing. What else? Function, yeah, both functions. Rational functions. What else do we notice? Say it again. Yeah, one of the rationals is adding 2 to it. This one is adding 2 to it. So if you take off that 2, this is the same as this. So if you can graph this, you should be able to graph that. What I want you to get out of this is, I'm going to show you how to graph a rational. And once you can graph this rational, if we put a plus 2 on the end, it takes the graph and it moves it up 2. 2 boxes, 2 dots. So if the graph looked like this, but it doesn't. If this graph was this, that graph would be 1, 2, 1, 2. Right there. Called like a transformation up 2. Okay. What's that? Oh, okay. But unfortunately, that's not the graph. All right. Anybody know what a vertical asymptote is? Have you heard of the word asymptote? Asymptote. A-S-Y-M. Asymptote. You have a vertical asymptote, and there is a horizontal asymptote. Okay. The number on the end is the horizontal asymptote right there. That's +2. The vertical asymptote is found by taking the denominator and setting it equal to 0. Okay, don't worry. You get more practice with this. Vertical asymptote, that denominator equal 0. Horizontal asymptote, number by itself. That's the number by itself. All right, so let's show you. Although the first one doesn't have a number by itself, so it's just typically +0. All right, you people who have been waiting on how to graph this, here we go. Vertical. Write this out. V-E-R-T-I-C-A-L. Vertical. A-S-Y-M-P-T-O-T-E. Set denominator equal to 0. Add 1. Solve for x. We get 1. That's called a vertical asymptote right there. Horizontal asymptote. Horizontal. A-S-Y-M-P-T-O-T-E. Is it 0? So right here. So now we have 4 little cross sections in here. The graph has been shifted 1 unit to the right. So we're just going to kind of plug in some numbers. Check this out from your Algebra 1 days. Let's just do this. X, Y, let's plug in. I cannot plug in 1. I could plug in 2. I'll wait for somebody to give me an answer here, 2. What's 2 minus 1? 1. What's 2 divided by 1? 2? Is that right? There, you're doing this. Kind of fast math. Check it out. 2 divided by 2 minus 1. We get 2. 2 gets a dot. That 2? Put a 2 where the X is. Oh, let's do 3. So you got 2 divided by 3 minus 1. That's 1. I did the math for you up here on the screen. You can see it. That's a 1. So over here at 3, we get 1. That's all I need. 2 dots. Just get a picture of this in your head. The graph is going to look like this. It's going to be a little rounded bend guy like this. And it's never going to cross this dotted line here, and it's never going to cross this dotted line here. The other side is going to be the mirror image of this side, so we're just going to flip it over here, but I would like to find 1.0. Somebody want to give me a shout out on that 0? Can you put a 0 in here? Somebody got it yet? -2. And so I know it's got to go through that. That's called the y-intercept. So I bring my line down and then just curve it up. So what did I find? I found 3 points, 3 dots. There's my graph. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but if you would like to quickly do the other one over there on your own, what you're going to do is you're going to take everything and you're just going to move it up 2. The only thing that stays the same is the vertical asymptote. This stays the same right here. This goes over there, same top spot. Take this, move it up 2. Take this, move it up 2. Take this, move it up 2, and then connect it. All good. This graph is the same as that graph. This graph has been transformed to up. Got a vertical shift up to right there. All right, people, come back tomorrow. If you like credit for this, this is homework number, I'm not sure what it is, 19 maybe? 18? Homework 18. I'll be around after school if you need additional help. Just come on in. Mr. Dinsmore and I will both be here during SRT as well. All right, you people at home can check out. I'll see you all tomorrow in class. Bye.